What's up, beautiful people? I'm in the building. Yeah. What's up? What's up? Let's go. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're about to get started. What? I hope y'all are having a good night. Let's go. Let's go. Hit that like button. We got a few people in the chat already. Talk to me now. Yeah. What? What? I hope y'all are doing good. Let's go. We ready? We're going to let the chat build. Yeah. What? I hope y'all having a good night. I have questions already. We're going to discuss the ground rules in a minute. We're going to let a few people get into the chat. Yeah, what? Hey. What? Let me go to my channel. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Moderators, we're about to go live in a minute. We're about to make this a subscriber-only chat. What? Talk to me now. How y'all doing, guys? Put your feedback in the chat. Are you excited? Are you ready? It's a long time coming. I was supposed to come yesterday. Talk to me now. Nola. All right, let me see. We're going to make this a members only, not members, subscribers. So make sure, you know what? If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button right now because I'm about to put it in subscriber mode because, you know, this is going to get a little bit wicked now. We ain't holding back. I'm not going to take no prisoners. I'm not going to make no excuses. We going straight for the jugular. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button now because once I activate it, so I'm going to give everybody about 5 minutes to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Other than that, you won't be able to join the chat, okay? Because I'm going to completely put it on subscriber mode for quite a while. All right? What's up? Moderators, pay attention to trolls. Moderators, I love you to death. Make sure you handle the business. Pay attention to the trolls. Pay attention to anybody that's being disruptive in the chat. We want your feedback, but we don't want you to be disruptive. Okay? So, I'm going to give y'all about 5 minutes while the music plays a little bit. Yeah. What? All right, y'all. All right. I'm excited. I'm here. All right. We have 77 people in the chat. The chat will grow. Let's go. If you have not hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button now. Once we get started, you will not be able to join. All right, we're going to play another one real quick. All right, put where you're from. You know, I'm from New Orleans, baby. What's up? What's the situation? Let's get into it. Put where you're from. Tell me how your day is going. While we're waiting on people to hit the subscribe button. All right? And we're going to get into it. All right. Say hey, everybody. What's up? Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything I'm missing? Well, you know what? I think I'm missing one thing. This is the first song I used to play. Yeah. I remember when I first started playing music, they was like, what is this? And guess what, baby? This is Blue Nola. Okay? We're not about to get no kumbaya, my Lord, over here. Even though we love the Lord. All right? We're not about to get that over here, though. We're about to get the beats. Because I come from the city of beats, you know. Come from the city of beats. All right, let's keep going. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're about to get started. We're going to have some rules. Make sure you subscribe. What? Yeah. What? All right. Let's see. We're about to put it in subscriber mode. I gave y'all time. I'm not playing no games. You better hit that subscribe button. It's going into subscriber mode. Right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What? 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 Give y'all a few extra seconds. Go ahead, hit that like, subscribe button. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. What? Song 10 minutes. I think I'm gonna make the first 20 minutes subscriber mode. If you can hang in there for 20 minutes, then you can get into the live chat. So I think I'm gonna just do the first 20 minutes. But if I start seeing too many trolls and too much going on, I'll activate it for the entire reading. So let's just start with that. I'll give everybody a chance to get in there and do what they need to do. We have 122 people. Welcome to the chat. This is your girl, Blue Nola. I'm in the building. Y'all know my name is Chris. Let's jump into it, y'all. So listen, I already have questions. And so what you can do with this live stream, I'm treating this live stream as if I'm doing a reading and you are not here. All right. We have too many questions for me to be in the chat all night. So I will be treating this live stream as if I'm doing this totally on my own. I'm going to be relying heavily on the moderators tonight to moderate this situation. All right. So with that being said, again, welcome to the chat. Thank you for coming through. I asked Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram for questions. I got over 53 questions. So I broke the questions into categories. All right. And the reason why I broke them into categories is just to make it easier for me. All right. Welcome everybody. Welcome. So just to give you an idea of the categories, what's up Chicago? What's up California? I see y'all's questions now. We're going to do generals. We're going to do associations, good or bad. So first we'll do some general questions. Then we'll do some associations. What do I mean by associations, good or bad? That's Farnsworth Bentley, Lorianne Gibson, Kimora Lee Simmons, Meek Mill, Justin, did I say Justin Bieber already? Faith Evans, these people, associations, right? So we're going to break it into groups. So again, the first thing may be general. The second thing may be associations. The third group will probably be Jay-Z. I may leave Jay-Z towards the end because you guys had specific questions for him. The next group of questions, and I don't really like doing kids, but since this situation is so great, we're going to make an exception to the rule. Repeat, we're going to make an exception to the rule. And again, this is not an everyday thing. This is not an all the time thing. Don't start asking me about people's kids. But these kids are a little older, especially the two, his sons, Justin and Christian. I feel comfortable with that. And we may touch on the girls just a little bit. But again, this is not going to be a routine thing as far as the kids are concerned. So we'll do a section on the kids. We're going to do a section on his mom. Like, okay, is his mom going to get swept into this? And then we're going to do a section on Young Miami and Daphne. And then we're going to do a section on his business. His business is what's going to happen with his businesses. And then there's the last portion of this is connected to jail time. All right. So I've broken it into sections. And let's just go ahead and get into it. Moderators, Monet, I see you in the chat. Let's see who else is here. I think I just see Monet for now. Let me see if I see anybody else. I see Lena. Thank you so much for becoming a member, JoJo. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you so much. Everybody, welcome JoJo to Crew of Blue Nola. This is the name of the membership. It's called Crew of Blue Nola here on YouTube. All right. So, moderators, I need you guys to pay attention to like trolls. Remember over here, I don't do any timeouts at all. I do take you out. So if you go on here, start and get disrespectful, they're going to be instructed to just take your own out. You're not in kindergarten where you're going to go sit in the corner for a timeout, chill. So if you get disrespectful, and that just means you just you just cursing, you're going crazy. It's okay to have fun, but don't start getting into stuff that you can't. Start getting into stuff. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm not taking any questions from the chat today, but we may do some later. So I may open it up for questions later, but I have too many questions right now. I just told y'all I have 56 questions. There's no way in hell I can add. There's no way in hell I can add more questions, y'all. We would be here to 2 a.m. in the morning, okay? Yes, thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really don't do kids at all. Is a big pet peeve of mine. But for this particular one, we will make an exception to this rule. Okay. And this is only for this reading, so don't start asking me about it. All right, so I am going to take my eyes off the chat. Moderators, you guys have it. As other moderators show up, please let them know that I will not be focusing in on this chat. So we need to be saying subscribe. We need to be saying book with Blue Nola at BlueNolaTarot.com. And, just have fun. Y'all can chat in the chat while I'm doing it. So, Spirit, this reading is for Sean Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. The energy around his case, his legal situation. The first question I have in this particular reading today is this. Was he tipped off that the feds were coming? Give me the energy around Sean Combs Diddy. Was he tipped off that the feds were coming? I feel like he has some knowledge, right? So in his messages he has here, sometimes I use the sun card as a yes or a no, but I felt like he heard some rumblings, right? Diddy, he's a very powerful person. He knows a lot of people. I feel like he could have been tipped off. In his sun card, this is to me a thumbs up. That's like saying I had some clue, some indication, some information that something was about to take place, right? He has also in his messages this as well. And this is a strong, strong, strong indicator that he knew something was happening, right? I'm not saying somebody told him, all I got to say is this. In that King of Swords, this could be a tip-off situation. This could be a situation where he heard some rumblings. He may have not known the exact date or the exact time, but there's something around it, right? When I mean not date, but the timing, right? He also has in his message this here, and this also represents somebody who he's familiar with, who may have shared some information, right? I think he heard about it, and I think he heard about it. So these two confirm that he heard about it. Isn't he a Scorpio? This is him right here. He's in his Scorpio energy. This is him. So this shows that there's some knowledge here around it. Because it's mighty interesting that he was by that plane, taking trips, looking very distressed, etc., etc., stress, etc. They had to stop him from going to where he was going. But the question, it feels like the most obvious question to ask, but I just wanted to ask that straight up in the beginning. Like, did he hear rumblings? Was there some knowledge? Did somebody from the underground say, I think, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just letting you know. He has a knowledge aspect here. All right. He has a knowledge aspect here, and you can consider this kind of like a thumbs up, if you will. So this is what we're going to start with. Did he have some knowledge? My problem with that is that you left your kids to fend for themselves, right? You left your sons to deal with the people. Give me the energy around. Why did they have them like with the guns on the kids? What was going on? Why did the feds have those guns on the kids like that? What's up with that? That was like, was that necessary? So much force. Give me the energy around. Why did the feds have the guns drawn on these kids and dealing with these kids, or like dealing with his kids in such an aggressive manner? Well, his kids, I keep saying his kids, okay? Not my kids, the kids, his kids. So you're going to hear me say kids. Whether they're 30 or 13 or how old is the little baby? 2. They're still his kids. Give me the energy around his kids. Why did the feds use so much aggressive? Why were they so aggressive? What is going on? Give me the energy around that, please. What was happening with that? I was so curious about that. So when you look at these messages here, this could also indicate like when they came to the house. First of all, they're aggressive anyway. They come in with the drama. They come in with the drama. That's what this shows. But somebody may not been opening the door fast enough. Somebody may not been complying fast enough. Somebody may have, because this could represent somebody was trying to control the situation. No, 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 no. You don't control the feds. We coming in here. We coming to do open that door, right? Get your behind out here. Go sit on that grass, right? Because when you see that Six of Pentacles, that's like saying they were forced to dominate in that way. Because why was it necessary to have them up like that? That's like saying when they got there, they could have, you know how sometimes they'll show up and if they see people complying, they just move, usher people along. This feels like somebody was trying to dominate the situation. So that could have been could have been it. People were not complying. And once one person wasn't complying, they just went into like aggressive mode. I feel like they're already aggressive, but the level of aggression that was shown, it shows that something was happening, and it almost makes you feel like they were more aggressive because somebody was not complying or trying to control. When you have situations like that show up, when people show up at your house like that, just open the door and stand back. Open the door, put your hands up, and you stand back. Don't try to don't be trying to get aggressive. Don't be trying to say, well, do you have a warrant? I mean, what you call that thing? When they come, do you have a witchamajig? No, we will not. When people come to your house like that, open the door, put your hands up, and stand aside. There is no calling somebody, verifying, if what's supposed to be happening, trying to call the lawyer. You can't dominate that situation because what you're going to do is just make it worse. So to me, I feel like when they got there, and that when you see that high priestess energy, it's almost like somebody, and it could have been, you know, it could have been one person who did it. And then all I'm saying is when people come to your house, just raise your hand, get your behind up and go. Don't be trying to slow down. Don't be trying to ask questions. Don't be doing, just go sit your little behind down. All right. But it feels like they were getting more aggressive based on the people that they were engaging. That makes sense, right? This is like when the police stop you in a car or somewhere and you keep trying to stand, do this, do that, and you keep trying to, what you mean? Why? It's just gonna escalate and escalate and escalate and escalate and escalate and escalate. All right. So it looks like that could have been the situation where you're already going into a situation where people are coming in to be aggressive. They think it's a sex dungeon. Crazy stuff going on over there. They're prepared for whatever. And the minute one person is resistant, or they feel that there's any level of resistance, they not opening the door fast enough, is going to be a problem. All right. So that's what I wanted to ask you. Who did Diddy piss off? Somebody wrote, I feel like someone is behind this undoing of Diddy, even though he is allegedly wrong. Who did Diddy piss off? Give me the energy around that question, Spirit. Who did Diddy piss off? I'm going to say this to you. And I didn't write y'all names down because it was so much information, but I'm gonna say this: Diddy pissed off a lot of people. How about that, right? It could be a multitude of people. You know how many people are talking about Diddy? This page of cups right here. This is people who have really been affected, and these are people who are looking for a come up. This is a group of people that could be really telling the truth about what happened to them. And then there are people who are being deceptive around what happened to them. Remember in the first reading I did with Diddy, I talked about him settling with Cassie was going to open this Pandora's box, and he was just going to get slammed. This is exactly what's happening. But when you say who did Diddy piss off, you can consider that the powers that be, right? You can consider that the powers that be, because when you see that Hierophant, that represents the organization. That could represent the people in higher places. That could represent the people he's been associating with. That's what that could talk about. But then there are also people workers who work for him every day, like Lil Rod, right? Lil Rod, who Simply, Diddy met this man, all he wanted was his publishing. And you refused to work with him on his publishing. And you even went even further to get online and disrespect that man, right? And disrespect that man even further in a group conversation. This is Lil Rod. What's his name? Little Rod? This is Little Rod, right? So you playing with me, I'm gonna play with you, right? So this is what it talks about. I feel like there's just like with Cassie, Lil Rod, this person that is different people. But the first thing that comes up is the organization, the powers that be, the players in big position. Somebody asked a question which I thought was a good question, and I never thought about this. You know, Diddy had been going through that whole situation with that liquor company. Remember, he's been fighting with that liquor company. That liquor company. I'm gonna ask about that liquor company. What is the name of that? Deleon. Deleon. Something is with this message because it's mighty funny that when he started fighting with DeLeon about battling DeLeon and using the race card with DeLeon, all this shit started falling down on his head even further, right? I feel like they're real people. Ciroc, yeah, thank you, Ciroc. I knew it was a liquor company, but whatever the liquor company is, just all I'm just because somebody wrote it in the chat, and that was a good question. And when I see this, this could be the powers that be. This could represent an organization that you are affiliated with. So this is why I'm saying it's an organization. It's people he dealt with personally. It's people he did business with. It's a multitude of business people, guys. So just like you're seeing people coming out the woodwork, it's multiple situations. But I'm gonna ask about this liquor company that he was doing business with because they come up too as this could be them connected to it too. You know, hey, you know, business is business, but at the end of the day, it feels like a multiple. But Lil Ron is also here. Rod, that's his name. Lil Rod is here, and this represents the way he was treated. He felt he was being oppressed. He felt that they were unwilling to work with him. That he felt like he was being trapped. He feels like a victim. Diego owns Ciroc. All right, thank you. Thank you. And so this is Lil Rod. So he's really the catalyst for all that's happening with the raid and everything else. Lil Rod is the one who's leading, who's his reports are the reports that are leading this situation that's happening right now. All right, so hold on. Let me just drink a little bit. So this is Lil Rod, and his situation is this situation with Lil Rod is also there. But I feel like this could be something too. So it's two things, almost like two things can be true at the same time. They're gonna have people throwing fuel on the fire, fuel on the fire. All right. So he was suing them because he accused them of not giving him enough platforms as much as the other liquor companies. I got you. All right. Spirit, I want to ask this question about Diego. Give me the energy around Diego. Do they have anything to do with it? Because this is a powers that be aspect, but is that connected to just the people, the higher players, or is this connected to Diego, which owns Ciroc? Give me the energy around Diego. Did Diego have any hand in pushing this forward as well? Diego that owns Ciroc, that was in heavy litigation with Diddy. Give me the energy around Diego. High Priestess, King of Pentacles, Five of Swords. They don't feel like they did it, guys. They don't feel like they did it. So we're going to say Diego didn't directly do anything to him, right? Hierophant, High Priestess, business, defending their position as far as their brand is concerned, right? About the money, about the business. But they have the message of avoiding getting involved, dragging their company into this, right? So this for me will be the powers that be, the people that he's dealt with, the people that, you know, the secret society people. But Diego Ciroc is not coming up Child, I don't care how it's pronounced. D-A-J-Go, D-A-J-A-Fo, G-A-Z-A-Ho. I don't care, girl. Ciroc, bottom line is they're not the ones that is in here, okay, as the catalyst for Diddy, all right? So Lil Rod is leading the charge so far on this. she want to get in here and play teacher. It's pronounced D-A-J-O. I don't care. All right, so let's go ahead and get going. All right. Let's go. All right, let's see. So the next thing is, so let's read the next thing. We have 302 people in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button, please. Make sure you hit the like button. All right, so let's see. Let's see. All the individuals who are coming at Diddy with these civil suits, is it about money? Is it about revenge? Were these people really aggravated by Diddy's treatment? Did he really sex traffic? I think it's a combination, guys. Just like we just kind of laid it out. There's a combination of people who are trying to get money, right? They saw Cassie got a payday. They're gonna try to get a payday. Then there's a combination of revenge. Lil Rod. Lil Rod is doing revenge. Let me not state that. Give me a 1 if you feel like Lil Rod is using revenge. Give me a 2 if you feel like he's not. Lil Rod, the guy that had issues about his publishing, is he using the publishing situation as revenge? Give me a 1. If no, give me a 2. Give me a 1 if you feel Lil Rod is using a situation to use it as revenge. Give me a 2 if it's no. Lil Rod is the guy who's initiating all of this. Remember, Lil Rod came out about a month before all this happened and basically complained about his publishing. And then after that, all hell broke loose. So just for the people who don't understand, or who haven't been paying attention or watching, Lil Rod came out about a month ago and he went live. I was actually watching that live. And he basically was complaining about his publishing, how he had been working so hard, how Diddy had stolen his publishing from him, taking money out of his mouth. He said he didn't want to do this, but he needed to do it because he felt he wasn't being heard and he was being mistreated. A month later, he comes out with these allegations about all the stuff that's going on. I believe is 1 and 2. I believe that Lil Rod I believe Lil Rod is using this situation. He's seen some things, but I believe he's using retaliation. So for example, that's just like I may go to a store and I had a situation with an employee and I just bypassed it. But the next time something happened that I didn't like, now I want to complain about that situation and this situation, right? I want to weaponize it. I think both of them can be true. I think Lil Rod had a real issue with Diddy as far as his publishing. And I feel Lil Rod said, okay, if you don't want to pay me my publishing, I'm going to affect you. There are things that I do know. I've observed it. I've been privy to this information. So I feel like Lil Rod is using it as a form of revenge. But I do feel Lil Rod feels justified because you was playing with his money and his publishing. And I feel that he doesn't care about the consequences or being in fear. At this point, the reason why he's speaking on it is to bring it to the public forefront so that he can have some public protection, right? People can put their eyes on him. So if something happens to Lil Rod can say, if something happened to me, point to Diddy because I told on him, right? I believe that he is a little bit of both, right? I believe it's a little bit of both. I believe Lil Rod really was in Diddy's presence. He's seen those freak offs. He's seen some things that he wasn't comfortable with. He was in part of some things that made him blink his eyes a few times. He ignored that, continued to work with Diddy. Then once he got personally affected in terms of his money, he went and he spoke about it. When he couldn't get anywhere with that, he used those situations that he ignored and bypassed and wasn't thinking that much of. And he used that situation as a retaliation. That's the bottom line. This man was literally, look what Kyron said. This man was literally sitting there recording everything that was going on. He was recording things for when Mad Day come. That's somebody who's trying to retaliate against you. For anybody that says you don't feel he's retaliating, you're not being realistic. You're not being realistic, because why am I recording? Why am I collecting information? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? If I'm not intending to use it to retaliate. That's what retaliation means, right? And when he first came out, he didn't complain about sex parties and freak offs. He only talked about his salary and his money and what he was owed. So it is retaliation to some degree. If you don't think that's retaliation, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue, y'all. Let's continue. I'm like, how did Diddy feel about CVJ? How did Diddy feel about CVJ standing up for him, defending his children? We can surmise you could surmise that, but how did he really feel? That was a question about confronting 50 Cent. Give me the energy. Diddy did not request him record those secret recordings where he looked like he hiding in a corner, ma'am. Kyron. Let's be clear. Now he may have said there's something. Hey, record us here. But those recordings that are fuzzy, those recordings that look like you're sneaking, that's not something that somebody. If you're recording, you would have had clear footage, crystal clear footage. We have iPhones at the very least. So there's no reason for footage to be looking lopsided and far away and halfway if he said, please record me. That makes no sense. So maybe there were instances where he was saying record me, but some of those videos look like those videos look like they were being recorded secretly. Anyway, I'm not paying any more attention to the chat. Pay attention, guys, to the chat. Give me the energy around Diddy. How did he feel about CBJ, like standing up for him, defending his children, defending him against 50 Cent? Give me the energy around that spirit. Four of Swords, Five of Cups, King of Wands, Five of Pentacles. I mean, I would say this. I feel like he feels happy. I feel like he feels like this person is showing his loyalty. He's showing that he's my friend. That Five of Cups energy is like, that's why I made him been cool. That's why he's always had my back. This is an alliance. He's going to roll with me regardless. He's going to go down. He's going to go with me. He feels that Stevie J would have done that regardless whether he said it or not, right? This is what it talks about. He's good. He's happy to see that Stevie J is standing by his side. I think that Stevie J needs to be careful because Stevie J looks like he can still get pulled in even further into this situation that's going on, right? That message here represents Stevie J can get pulled into it. Right now, they just accuse you of being on a sex tape. Later on, they can accuse you of being into some other stuff. It would be best for Stevie J to keep quiet because it feels like he could get pulled in a bit further. That King of Wands is about Stevie J's actions, what he did and didn't do, his behavior, stuff that he was involved in, deliberately, stuff that he has knowledge of. He can get pulled into this completely. Let's see how much Stevie J stands by him once this starts really going down. In the messages, because when you see the King of Wands, this can be somebody who eventually they can turn around and protect themselves, right? Especially if it starts to affect them. If it starts to affect them, people gonna jump out they're gonna jump out they're gonna jump out the trash for you until it starts to affect them. So we'll see in the next 1 to 9 months as this starts to shift, forward, how much Stevie J continues to be that supportive friend when the heat starts getting hot on him, because it definitely shows they're going to kind of try to pull Stevie J in a little bit more in regards to his behavior, his actions, his participation, all of that stuff. Remember, he's the right-hand man. He's the alliance, right? He knows all things, right? We're going to go after him. As much as we gonna go after him too, because he probably know just as much as Diddy knows, since he the right hand man, right? He windmilling for Diddy, right? But I definitely feel like, to answer the question, the Eight of Wands is all about communication. We have an understanding. We cool. He know me. I know him. I know he had the best intentions for us, right? And then with that Nine of Cups, I feel like this is why he been my right hand man, my ace boom 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 boom. But I feel like Stevie J, that he needs to be careful because he's gonna get further pulled into the situation. Listen, Stevie J having sex, this idiot neighbor, Stevie J having sex with a man is not against the law. So why was that in the lawsuit? Even if Stevie J allegedly did that, that is not against the law. So right now, Stevie J is not in any real trouble for anything, but that could all change, right? As this thing continues to push forward, okay? So Stevie J, shut your mouth. Don't let 50 Cent get under your skin. Shut your freaking mouth and lay low before you get pulled in even further. Give me the energy around Lori Ann Gibson. This is the dancer slash choreographer that has been associated with Diddy. Shoot, I can remember for a long, long time. How does she feel about this whole situation? Lori Ann Gibson. Dancer, choreographer. Is she supporting him through this troubled time? Is she going to distance herself from him? She's going to continue to support him, right? Star card energy. Like, I always tell clients and I always tell people, everybody don't see you every way. She may have not been a part of all the freak off parties, right? She only may have been a part of the business side of the things. She sees him differently, guys, right? When you see that star card and that Queen of Cups, she doesn't see every violator, alleged violator, every pervert, every person that's a weirdo. They always show up well to some people, right? He may show up well to like Lori Ann Gibson. He may show up well to Lil Kim. He may show up well to certain people, right? So they're gonna have people that are gonna defend him, and you're gonna be like, for what? They don't see him. They weren't a part of the freak offs. They weren't a part of the lifestyle that he lived, right? They did certain business with him. They kept it moving. Looks like she's gonna still lend support to them. She has the Queen of Cups and the Star card. I've seen her on the videos with his children. She's kind of like a mother figure with those girls too. All right. So when you see that Star card and that Queen of Cups, that's a mother card. That's a child card. She could be very well connected to, her connection to him may lie with those kids a little bit more too, not just with him. Okay. So she may see him a little bit different. So that's on Lori Ann Gibson. So to add to in that part, she may still provide support and be supportive, especially to his children, the daughters, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to y'all? Like with the way that Star card and that Queen of Cups came out, like she's gearing more of the mother side towards his children. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the energy. Will Farnsworth Bentley, will he come out and spill the beans? And if so, what kind of beans will Farnsworth Bentley try to spill, Spirit? Give me the energy around Farnsworth Bentley. This is the man who was holding the damn umbrella and was basically, I don't know, providing concierge service. I don't know what the hell he was doing. But he was dancing with an umbrella. Will Farnsworth Bentley come out and spill any beans? He got to watch Farnsworth Bentley, right? Because Farnsworth Bentley is coming out with the Nine of Pentacles along with the Four of Cups. He's experienced some things too that may make him speak. The Nine of Pentacles energy, this is all about deception, bad faith, the way he was treated. He also has the Four of Cups here. This could also talk about bad intentions, acquaintances. He's also observed some things as well. Freak offs, weird stuff, da 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 da. This shows in here, he may say something too. All right. So don't be surprised if Farnsworth Bentley comes out and says something or has a word or gives some enlightenment. He may try to defend it at first. He may try to be easy about it at first, but he's observed some things too, similar to Lil Rod. Farnsworth Bentley is married and I believe he has children, and he's basically, like, I guess he's behind the scenes doing social stuff, I guess entertainment stuff. But he shows in his messages he could possibly give some stories or some insight around his experience with Diddy, freak offs, strange situations, etc., etc. So don't count him out and say he won't. Okay, so he may lend some information. Usher, give me the energy around Usher, spirit. This is the associations, good or bad. I saw Usher in the interview saying that as a young child, he was seeing things that he shouldn't have been seeing. Did Usher participate in little freak offs, or did he get a little taste, spirit? I know that's weird to say, but I want to know, did he observe freak offs? Did he get a little taste? Did he get a little chance to participate in some of this weirdness? Yep. So in his messages here, he has the Page of Cups in reverse. This represents the stuff that he's seen. This represents being involved in things when he was a young person that he shouldn't have been involved in. When you see that Six of Wands too, that can also be too much excess for a little child, a young man, etc., etc. Also, too, being in a situation again where this powerful person puts you in a position of desire and passion. Something's there. All right. Also too, they may try to ask him questions, right? He's gonna probably tell the truth, even though I feel like he's gonna try to clean it, keep it clean. But Usher himself said, I think this was like 2 weeks ago, that that he observed some stuff. I'm not surprised by that, Esmeralda, because this represents, you see, Esmeralda put Usher ended up in the hospital after a PDD encounter, or being in this represents a situation that happened. All right, that Eight of Swords is about some type of situation that happened that wasn't a good decision, right? At the end of the day, he was a young person that was involved in the observed and connected to it. And if when I say did he get his feet wet, it shows that he had his feet wet. Now we're not about to ask about his sexuality. Just know that this could look like different things, and he could have been introduced to that lifestyle through Diddy. All right. So I don't want to offend anybody from the LGBTQ plus community, but just know that he may have been introduced to older women, younger women, freak offs, sex parties, male bisexuality is all here. All right. So he definitely shows up that way. I don't know why this person's just up and down the street. Like, what's happening? All right. Did Meek Mill participate in freak offs? Did Meek Mill participate in freak offs? Come through. Did Meek Mill, the rapper, participate in any freak offs, or was he a part of anything where people may have been doing drugs, allegedly, freaky stuff, allegedly? I definitely feel like he was in a situation where, like, a lot of these people, notice a lot of these people get the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. When you see that Six of Pentacles, that's like saying you are in a situation where you are being gratified. Gratification aspects, right? You're being gratified in some way. Sharing some way. When you see these messages here, this could represent it, and I'm not accusing him of being bisexual or anything like that, but his message here could represent him being involved in things that was, now he can look back and like, why did I go there? Why was I in there? Why did I do that? Damn, because this could represent that he was in some situations that could be considered what? Questionable. Okay? Questionable. Okay? And he has the Page of Wands. And so this is why he running over there windmilling for his life, trying to fight academics about this, that, the third, and the other, right? In the page of wands, there's some stuff that's gonna come out about him. That page of wands is information that he's gonna be worried about, right? That's we gonna be worried. He gonna be concerned. He gonna be trying to combat that news. But they're gonna actually say he was a part of freak offs too. Now again, I'm not seeing him in a freak off with no man. I'm just seeing him participating in behavior. When you look at the fool card could be one of those messages too where a person is indulging. All right, where they're indulging. So let me get my thing right quick. Hold on. And hold on, let me see y'all. Too funny. Meek Mill, he over there probably scared for his life. Yeah, he done got caught up with the people, trying to have a good time, and I'm gonna get you in a bunch of trouble. This is why your mama. Hold on. This is why your mama always tell you gotta watch the company that you keep. Your mama always tell you that watch the company that you keep. Watch the company that you keep. So, I wanted to just clarify the fool card for Meek Mill since we're talking about him. That's why y'all heard me shuffling. I just wanted to clarify that message that's here, right? Because he does have one health card, one card that is just that's kind of calling my attention. The fool card. The fool card could represent somebody who has a drug addiction, a person who would need to go through some type of treatment, a person that can have insomnia, a person who could go through depression, a person who have alcoholism. This is in Meek Mill's cards. Now, I'm not a doctor. It's not set in stone. I'm not accusing him of anything, but I definitely feel like, at the very least, he was participating in the freak offs and indulging. Not set in stone. I'm not accusing him of anything. This is for entertainment purposes only, but it is calling my attention, and this is why I went to this particular card and why I was trying to get my notes, because tarot is so big, so I do keep my little health notes, right? But this is the one here, all right? He also has the Judgment card as one of his aspects in his reading, and that Judgment card could represent he's going to try to give clarity around the situation and all of that and what he did and wasn't involved in. He had stomach issues and pill issues. Oh, wow. Somebody just said, so Oh No said that I heard him in an interview recently say he has stomach issues and pill issues. Gotcha. All right. Well, this is what it's saying in his messages. All right. This could be indulging. This could be drug abuse. When I use the word indulge, that means drugs, alcoholism. That's what that talks about. All right. So just to let y'all know, there. Meek Mills does not have any cards of homosexuality here. But we're not going to ask that, but he doesn't have any cards of homosexuality. All right. So let's keep moving forward. All right. So let's see. Now, we talked about multiple people. Stevie J. We talked about Farnsworth Bentley, Lorianne Gibson. We talked about Meek Mill. We talked about Usher. We're now going to talk about Kimora Lee Simmons. Will Kimora Lee Simmons tell anything that she feels she knows? Does she know anything? Or give me the energy around Kimora Lee Simmons. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is not set in stone. Is she going to tell anything that she knows on Diddy? So here she's going to tell them what she thinks she knows. She has this. She thinks her friend Kim has been sacrificed. Okay? So don't be surprised. She may not know about the freak offs as far as having firsthand knowledge. The freak offs feel like secondhand knowledge, okay, with the Tower card. But she feels, I think what she will tell them if she was to have a conversation with anybody is that she feels that her friend was sacrificed. Now, I did a reading on Kim Porter and LB Shore, and with that whole thing, I'll link that reading in the chat. I'm not going to reread on that, but we did touch that, and I did talk about that. But she may shed some light on her feelings around it and the things that she's heard. She may have not experienced firsthand the freak offs, but this feels like Kim could have been telling her information about what happened, how it happened. You know how friends share information? It could be that. So I don't feel she has firsthand knowledge about every single thing that Diddy's been doing because he's not her friend. But she may try to shine some light, shed some light, or want them to know that she feels he sacrificed Kim Porter. So just to let you know. And let me say this, she will be happy to do it. She will be happy to do it. Give me the energy around Q Morley Simmons once again. Will she, if asked, will she shed any light on Diddy, his personality, the type of person he is, the things that he's done? Give me the energy around Kimora Lee Simmons. And she has the Eight of Cups. And that Eight of Cups talks about, I was afraid, but I'm no longer afraid. I choose to speak, right? And she has the card of Temperance. That Temperance represents, she could just lose her cool talking about that, right? I could just lose my cool talking about it. But I definitely feel like she doesn't have firsthand knowledge of some of the stuff that's been going on. Her Four of Cups is disconnected from that situation. Now, her Four of Cups can also represent, I don't like this person. He annoyed me then. He annoys me now. And I can't wait till he goes down. I do feel like Kim told her a lot of stuff, y'all. So she, even though she may not have firsthand knowledge to the freak offs and stuff, Kim has told her a lot of information that came from Kim. Okay, about what was happening. She knew about how Kim felt about being there's something about she felt that Kim was afraid of him at times, right? That she was afraid, especially when she was younger. Okay, so that is on that. How does Faith Evans feel about like all this stuff is going on? She's been associated with Diddy. She was married to old Dusty Rusty Stevie J. Give me the energy around, how does Faith feel about all of this? Will she continue to associate herself? I mean, they're saying that he had something to do with Biggie. Will she continue to associate herself with Diddy? How is she gonna stay connected to him? Is she just gonna stay neutral? What's the energy around Faith Evans? How is she gonna respond to all of this? That Eight of Wands could be somebody who can, first of all, let's start with this judgment. I feel like she's listening and she's gonna wait to reserve her comment, right? But that Eight of Wands and that Star card, if that stuff really starts to manifest forward, as far as him being responsible, oh yeah, she gonna have a problem with him. This is a dispute aspect. So just know, like, if that does come up as something that's real, she could try to sue. Like how people be suing people for the wrongful death of somebody. She could eventually, if they could prove that he was connected to that, she can do that, right? We're gonna get to that next in Gatewood. But this talks about they've had their disputes over the years and they've come back together and they're good, and then they may not be so good right now. It didn't has anything to do with this situation. I do feel like she also feels that she knows about the freak offs and the parties. She feels like Diddy's a bad influence on Stevie J. Not that he needs help, but she feels that Diddy's a bad influence on Stevie J. Right? That Four of Cups is here. Aligning yourself with the wrong type of people, being involved in bullshit, etc., etc., etc. Right? But I do feel she knows, she has some knowledge about the freak offs and some of the stuff that was going on, right? The Two of Pentacles is here. Their relationship is like this, right? Two of Pentacles energy could represent they back and forth over time, periods of time, losing communication, out of balance with each other. That's what it talks about. So I could see like her and Diddy, they go back and forth. They're in or out. They take breaks. But she sat there and married Stevie J, right? Knowing that Stevie J was a part of that whole circle and bubble. So she couldn't have cared that much, could she? She couldn't have cared that much. But I'm just saying, if you care that much, why you got yourself married into that group of people? What? What are you talking about? All right, so let's go ahead and switch gears. Okay. Canelo, how you doing? I have 20 million questions already. I have 20 million questions already, Canelo. I'm sure he's very stressed out. I'm sure his blood pressure's up the roof. There's no way I could add, you know, I have too many questions. Sorry. I love you to death. All right. Did he shoot that woman in a club, or did Shine shoot that woman in a club? Give me the energy around the shooting that happened with Shine. He went to jail for it. The lady who was shot is saying that Diddy did it. Did it. Did he do it? Okay. Did Shine shoot this woman in a club back in the 90s, I believe? Or was it in 2000s, y'all? I think it was the 2000s. Did he shoot the lady in a club? Did Shine shoot the lady in the club? Shine is showing up as the person who did not do it. He has the Four of Pentacles. This is not set in stone. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let me start saying that. This shows he didn't. His hands are away from the incident. It feels like this is unfair blames. The Judgment card in reverse is somebody who's unfairly blamed, or somebody who is blamed for something. You can consider the Judgment card an unfair blame, an error in judgment, right? This is why the lady keeps saying that he didn't do it. Here, he has Diddy has the Moon card in his messages, and that Moon card represents secrets and unclarity. So Diddy also has the Ten of Pentacles as well in reverse, and that Ten of Pentacles can also represent somebody who did something to somebody, robbed somebody. This is something, a downfall of somebody, right? So he's showing up as the person. I feel like he and this man Shine made some type of deal. It looks like they made some type of deal. Let's ask it one more time. Give me the energy around Diddy. Allegedly, did he shoot the lady in the club? Ooh. These cards are coming back, so let me shuffle them a little bit more. Did Diddy shoot the lady in the club? The lady when he was with Jennifer Lopez. And now y'all wonder why Jennifer Lopez ran her ass down the street, because she knew if this don't make sense. If he had nothing to do with it, besides her worrying about her reputation, why would she leave him like that so suddenly, so abruptly, right? Give me the energy around Jennifer Lopez. Diddy. Did he shoot the lady in the club? Give me the energy around Shine. He has the King of Swords. I'm going to tell y'all what that is in a minute. It keeps showing like Shine took the hit. But the King of Swords, if you looked at the King of Swords energy, the King of Swords represents somebody who had something. They could have easily been in jail and not Shine, right? That's what that talks about. So the King of Swords represents Diddy, a decision that would have gone against him. It feels like this guy took the blame for what this guy here. This is what it shows in the messages. This is the person that shows up as having done it. All right? Shoot, let me get that. So, for entertainment purposes only, not set in stone. This is, again, it's not set in stone, and it's for entertainment purposes only. But it shows that Shine could have been the one. And this is when you get on a live stream, you're going to be dropping stuff. But it shows that Shine took the fall. It almost feels like Shine got paid off a nice sum too, guys. Did Shine get any money for this? Because I keep seeing money on Shine. Did Shine get any money for this? Did he get any money? Did his family get any money? Did Diddy take care of him? Queen of Pentacles. So this represents money that's being given to him, right? This talks about Diddy took care of his family the whole time he was down. This, whether it was whoever it was. That Queen of Pentacles is money, 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 money. Okay, this Queen of Swords is also a judgment, a card that came through. But I will tell you, his even though his family reaped the benefits of the money, they still were upset. Like you can see in their messages, they felt that he shouldn't have done it. So in his not Queen of Swords and his Nine of Swords, you can see where his family's still upset about him taking that. But they received, looks like Shine received a nice lump sum. All right. So sometimes people do it, chill. Hey, hey. Now, Justin Bieber, I don't know a whole lot about no Justin Bieber and all this stuff y'all was saying with Justin Bieber. I really don't have it's not enough money for me either. I'm sorry. Like honestly, like that lady is adamant, and in those cards is showing Diddy, but I mean, yeah. Shine did it felt like Shine did more than 5 years, at least 10. It felt like a long time. Will Justin Bieber speak about anything that's happened in his life in regards to Diddy? Will Justin Bieber speak? Hey, don't take that off the table. All right. The Hierophant could represent somebody who is inappropriate, somebody who could have exhibited some behaviors that could be considered inappropriate, abusive. That's all I'm going to say. All right. He may speak on it. He may speak on it. It may take him some time to do so. But Diddy is the King of Cups for him. And that King of Cups could represent being manipulated. Right? Contributing to his mental health. Right? So he could probably, similar to Usher, but I saw some things, I experienced some things. Okay? That's all we're gonna say about Justin Bieber, because he was a child at the time. All right. I think we have done all the associations and affiliations that I could shake a stick at. We've done pretty much everybody. Okay. The last reading I did, we did Kamora Lee Simmons and we did Albie Shore. I'll link that in the description box. Or in the chat. Did J-Lo know who shot? Was she paying attention? Give me the energy. These cards are slippery. Did J-Lo know anything about that Shine incident? Does J-Lo have any knowledge? Did she see anything? J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez. Baby, she broke up with that man so fast. Made your head spin. It makes you feel like there's a yes to that. Like there's some knowledge, right? Because she has in her messages the Ten of Cups, which is this domestic dispute. This represents opposition. This represents her family, her businesses, her company, her representatives saying, get the hell out of this. This is not your situation, right? But this also represents the dispute. This could represent her knowing some stuff that wasn't, to me, this represents false heart. So this could represent like J-Lo knows some truth about what happened, right? Give something that gave her nightmares, right? Nightmares, fear, trauma. So this is like something she may know. And also the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands energy for J-Lo could say, like, for example, I was there. I didn't feel safe. I saw something happen, but I didn't see everything that happened. She dumped him so fast. But it feels like she saw enough to know, like, the story that they told at the end wasn't the total story or the complete story or the final story. All right? So it does show, like here, domestic situation, fear. And even in that Two of Wands, that could show fear. She has two fear cards here and a domestic situation card. But this could represent, I was there, things happened so fast, I saw him, oh my God. So much was going on. So it may be a situation where she saw things, and things are moving so fast, so she may be able to. I do feel with these messages that she knows more than what she's telling. Will she ever tell it? They'll have to squeeze it out of her, because she worried about her brand, her business. She done moved forward, baby. She done married the love of her life. Jennifer Lopez is probably like, my name is Bennett, and leave me the hell out of it. Okay, but that's what that shows. So we added J Lo to it. um let's go to Young Miami. Here, give me the energy around Young Miami. Carisha. Carisha, does she indulge with Diddy? Carisha, this is not set in stone. This is for entertainment purposes only. Has she ever indulged in any drug use with Diddy? Carisha. She's going to get pulled into this whole thing with Diddy, y'all. So just know Young Miami is going to get pulled down. That was the other question. Will she get pulled down? And let me say that she is not his prostitute. She loves him. Okay? Let's be clear. She loves him. And we know this because she's publicly having spats over him with the other lady and defending this and defending that, this, that. She's not his prostitute. She loves this man. Okay? So let's start with saying that she loves him. And this is, now she's going to get caught up loving this man. Okay? She is getting pulled into this situation with this King of Swords, this Knight of Swords. She's going to be pulled into this situation with him. This is going to affect her brand. This is going to affect her business. This is going to affect how people see her. Now, let me say this. The drugs, they look recreational. This does not look like drugs where she's the madam and she going to get the drugs so they could sell to the community. This looked like they were indulging in drugs as a couple, etc., etc. This is what it looks like to me. So let's just start by saying, in her Hierophant energy, this does not look like she's doing organized crime with Diddy. Okay? She's not a madam. She's not a call girl that's going out scoring his drugs, right? For him. This is, I am dealing with this man and I have feelings with this man, and this man has given me great benefits, whether it's money, position, investing in my music, putting me on. They do business together. They have the Knight of Pentacles, and this is doing business together. Her and JT and her are on the outs because this situation, well, besides the situation, they've been having their little problems, but this situation is not going to help it. This is her and JT once together. They're in reverse energy. This represents some tension. This could be tension because she's associating herself with this man. She continues to associate herself with this situation. She's bringing herself down, being involved with these people, right? This is what this talks about. She will be affected by this completely. Carisha, please run your ass straight down the street back to Miami, okay? Leave this damn man alone. Leave the situation alone, because what's going to happen is you're going to get pulled into it with him. You have the King of Swords, which is a legal situation. You're going to need to get your own lawyer. You have the Knight of Swords, because they're going to be saying you're involved in this and you're involved in that. Now, some of the stuff is not true, right? And some of the stuff is not true, because you can see some of the messages here. Is conflicted. There's conflicted information in some of the Page of Wands that talks about the story. The story is conflicted, right? But as far as her being with Diddy at certain times in certain places, you're going to get yourself caught up. You have the King of Swords with Diddy, which is talking about she won't go to prison, but this talks about she'll get pulled in. And then she has the Knight of Pentacles, which is kind of similar, that talks about legal problems. So she's going to have to get herself an attorney. That's what it shows in her messages. Get away from this situation. Move away from this situation. Let this die down, girl. Goodbye. Like, what are you doing? You in the strength of this man, you're doing all of this. Their drug use look recreational. She does not look like a call girl, a madam, one of the people that's selling drugs through his business. This looks like a story that's getting a little convoluted. All right. So just know it's gonna affect her when it's all said and done. I feel she's gonna try to stand by him. I feel she's gonna try to stand by him. This is what it looks like to me. So even though we may not be seeing her all the time, she still has in her messages connecting to him, alliance to him. She has an alliance to him. All right. So, girl, get yourself out of it. You know how many women get caught up? You know how many women, guys, I know we've been on a live stream for a while, but you know how many women are in jail behind a man? Do you really know how many women are in jail right now behind a man? Put a 3 in the chat if you know somebody in jail or you heard about somebody being in jail behind a man they was dealing with who was on some bullshit and some street stuff, drug stuff. Put a 3 in the chat if you heard about it. I've heard it many times. One time, this guy that I was dating from Mississippi, he came to New Orleans to pick me up. We're driving back to Mississippi to go to the casino. Police get behind him. He not stopping. He not stopping. He not stopping. I'm like, why are you not stopping? He digging in the glove compartment. I see this fool pulling out drugs. He slowing down for the police and steady throwing stuff out the window. Do you know I could have been like in a situation with him? That was the last night I actually ever seen that man again in my life. I was so outdone. The police right behind us, and he will not stop. I'm like, stop! The people right here, stop! And he didn't stop because he was trying to get the drugs out the glove compartment area. This wasn't looking like drugs that he was just doing for personal use. These were bags, right? Like nice little size bags. He had these little white bags with white stuff in them, and he was just throwing them out the window one at a time. Police came up and said, why you didn't stop? Oh, man, I know you was, trying to stop me. Blue Nola could have been in jail. Thank God. I probably was looking petrified, and the police was looking like, this girl. Oh, my God. I prayed and prayed and prayed, and after that, I never seen that man again. But how many people, y'all, there's a lot of 3s in the chat. So many people get caught up. You don't know everything that man doing. You don't know everything that man got going on. You participating in certain things. And now you being called. You over here getting pink cocaine and all this bullshit. Nola, you forgot Mary. We talked about Mary on the last reading. The one with LB Short and Kim. I'll link it in the chat. But that's what happened to me, y'all. So just know, young Miami, girl, get your ass on down the street back to Miami with that. Okay? And after that, I saw, I'm not dating nobody from the streets no more. I'm going to get me a nice, shit, assalamu alaikum, Because, baby, we not about to be in jail, okay? That ain't happening. Not me, okay? All right, so to answer the Mary question, we did in the last reading, we talked about how she is similar to Kim, where she still sees him in a certain light. So she's not seeing him in the light of he's this terrible person, right? But that's again, that could change. I will link it in the description box where y'all can listen to that particular reading. But we talked about LB Short, Kim Porter. We talked about Mary J. Blige. We talked about Lil Kim. We talked about several people. All right, so that's on the last reading. This one is on people. We talked about Kimora again, but well, so let me be clear. Young Miami loves this man. Okay, give me a 1 if you think my Young Miami is a prostitute. Give me a 2 if you felt they were reaching. Give me a 1 if you felt Young Miami is a prostitute. Give me a 2 if you felt that they were reaching. 1, Miami is a prostitute. 2, if they were reaching. One, if you feel Young Miami is a prostitute. Two, if you feel Young Miami, they were reaching. Wow. Give me the energy around Young Miami. Is she a prostitute? Does she just love this man and she wants to be with him? And she's just getting gifts like any woman would get from her man. Prostitute energy. She gonna say, y'all better get the fuck out my face and go play with your mama. Go suck your mother. Hell to the no. Eight of Wands is, that is a damn lie. And I will dispute that down to the damn ground. Okay? Ace of Wands, you got me messed up. I ain't never been nobody prostitute, baby. Try motherfucking getting this Young Miami. I built my own career off the ground, out the mud. What you talking about? You got me fucked up. Wrong, error, problem. Remember, he's the man with the money. She's seen that money in them coins. She really liked this fool, y'all. What's Viola up to? She really likes this man. She really likes him. But she knows what he does. So she has knowledge. So Young Miami's going to be kind of similar to Stevie J, where she could get pulled in based on some knowledge stuff. He likes her too, y'all. He likes her. Her prostitute cards are no. Her cards for liking him or a yes. Her cards for being in a relationship with him. Page of Cups is, I have feelings for you. We're in a relationship. I love you. I care about you. I can still sleep around. You can still sleep around because this still represents promiscuity. King of Pentacles, you support me financially, right? Career-wise, entertainment-wise, right? And I have some knowledge about what she's done, what he does. She's not blind to him. Because Young Miami's a street person, I feel like he's more open with her about what he does, right? Because when you see that Seven of Swords, that could mean he's more open with her about who he is and his lifestyle, okay? But her prostitute cards, she'll tell you, go sit your ass down and suck your mother. Lies, garbage, you're jumping out the window. Hey, you saw me shuffling. All right. Does Young Miami indulge? It looks like she does it for recreation, but does she indulge in like drinking or doing anything recreationally? I think she does. She has the moon card here is one of her messages, and that talks about stuff that she does indulge in. Again, it feels very recreational. It feels very recreational. You have your temperance. This is we chilling. We she's not, her high priestess is here. That represents not that doing drugs, doing cocaine or doing any drugs is like a positive or it's illegal, but it's not, she's not illegal with it. You see, this is illegal. She's not illegal. It's illegal, but like she's not selling it. That's what I'm trying to say. The Nine of Wands is here. She can't say she didn't do it, right? She could say she didn't do it, but it definitely shows she was indulging. Girl, run down the street. Run to the left. Please, thanks. So the other questions were, will she experience backlash? We already talked about this in the poll for her. She will experience backlash for her career, her involvement, her continuous connection. She still feels like she's going to continue to be in alliance with this man. Daphne, she was sex trafficking. She's not a sex worker based on my messages. She is somebody that he has feelings for and she has feelings for him. I don't feel he's pimping her. His Knight of Pentacles cards is he's providing for her. The Knight of Pentacles is he's the provider. She's not giving him the coins. He's giving her the money. Does that make sense? The Knight of Pentacles is he's providing her with abundance and prosperity. He's the provider in the situation. She's not being pimped out. He's giving money to her. Okay? And everybody, y'all want everybody to be a hoe. But let me shut up. All right, so Daphne. Is Daphne a sex worker? This is 50 Cent's baby's mother. We're doing a separate reading for Daphne and 50 Cents. The reason why we're going to do a separate reading is because I want to see, he spends so much time bullying other people. Are you out here really abusing somebody? Are you out here truly, did you RAP this lady? RAPE this lady? We're going to do a completely different reading for 50 Cent and Daphne. So we're not doing a full situation on them here, okay? I've already decided that yesterday when I was thinking about this. And let me tell you why I didn't come live yesterday. Y'all wrote so many questions, I had to organize them. See how I got them all organized while I'm asking everything in a row? I'm covering everybody. I literally sat down and I organized this whole reading to make it have a rhythm and a flow, okay? It was just too many questions. And I was just like, I can't just go into this reading. I'll be all over the place. I'll be willy-nilly. So this is why I didn't come live yesterday. I wanted to take a chance to look at them, read each question, and organize them. All right? So this is why I didn't come yesterday. Is Daphne a sex worker? What's Daphne's relationship to Diddy? She says she's going to sue Lil Rod. And she's going to sue Lil Rod's lawyer. Is she a sex worker? They better get ready for that lawsuit. Because she's saying hell to the no, no to the hell no. Okay? So Lil Rod, you better have proof that Daphne is a sex worker. Because this is considered reckless behavior. Right? Reckless, careless, thoughtless, stupid. High Priestess energy is here in reverse. High Priestess represents you have an agenda. And it's kind of like this, guys. And I'm not saying everything Lil Rod is saying is a lie. It's kind of like saying you're putting labels on people and you don't have proof that that's actually existing. She shows in her message with this Knight of Swords that she will take legal action against him. That Knight of Swords is a legal aspect. I'm going to take action. I am going to defend myself, and you will have to prove yourself. And I need you to give me a receipt on what you said. I need you, like this is her to Lil Rod. She wants receipts. So since you said this, and I have a business, I have a brand, and I have a child, right? That can see and read things on the internet. And you need to tell me why you said this. I want you to prove it. This is what Daphne is saying. And she has on her side, she's going to win it. This represents victory for her. So, Lil Rod, if you're saying things about people, you got to make sure that you have your receipts. 444 is in the chat. Listen to what someone might be saying to you. 444. All right. So Daphne is showing up like she is going to lawyer up and she's going to address this. She's going to make Lil Ron and his lawyer tell her where you got this from and how you derived to that conclusion. And you can get sued because you are slandering her. Okay? So it's coming off as a negative. And it's coming off as a lawsuit that she is going to take seriously, and she is going to pursue you because you are literally making statements about her that are not true. She is not a call girl. She is not a prostitute. She's going to sue you. Listen, we have all been with men who had some money that paid our way, that paid our bills, that took us shopping. Does that make us prostitutes too? I'm asking for a friend. Because if that's the case, 456 people in this chat, we would all be considered prostitutes. We've all been in situationships at one point or another in our lives where we dealt with a guy who wasn't really our boyfriend, and he still gave us threw some coins our way, paid our phone bill, got our nails done, paid our rent, car note. Are you a prostitute? No. Stop the games, sir. Shit, I guess I was prostituting in my heyday. Josephine, Johnny, Josephine, Johnny, Josephine, Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. Petty LaBelle. Canelo said I married him. Yeah. Okay. We have all. I remember dating this lawyer. And the high priestess is coming out. Lil Ron ain't got no money to give you. He has the high priestess. And then the page of pentacles and the nine of pentacles is here. The page of pentacles represents basically they're gonna throw her case out, and then the nine of pentacles represents he won't be able to. It's gonna come up. Him saying she's a prostitute is coming up as deceptive, and they won't be able to prove it, and therefore it will be removed. Okay. It'll be tossed out, but still the damage is done. You slandered this lady. She's got a lawyer for your ass. All right, let's hurry up and keep going. Diddy's mother, Miss Janice Combs. Last, but certainly not least of the, we still got Jay-Z. We still got Jay-Z, but Janice Combs. Will she get pulled into this madness spirit? Give me the energy around Janice Combs. She's sitting kind of pretty right now. You know, she's sitting kind of pretty right now, y'all. She has the Ace of Swords. Her hands aren't dirty. Her hands aren't dirty right now. She got the High Priestess. Her hands not that dirty right now. They're not finding nothing on her. She got the Ten of Cups. Usually the person that's behind who's with the bullshit, they always kind of align themselves with a person that's clean, right? Ten of Cups energy. Miss Janice. She ain't got nothing faulty on her. Death card, right? Death card is here. But again, she can still get pulled in by association, because they could see, like, for example, I could see them talking about more on the business side, you know, like the deals, the contracts, signing things, paperwork, different things of that nature. None of the stuff that he's being pulled into this lawsuit for. Most of this stuff with her is more on the business side of it, if that makes sense. The Nine of Pentacles represents to me the business, the money, you know, also turn her head. Not, you know, I'm not saying she's not ignorant of her son either, by the way. The Nine of Pentacles could also represent you know, she knows who her son is, right? Doing things in bad faith, having some deception. This can also mean she's blinded by some of the stuff too. Diddy doesn't have as much money as we think he has. I don't know how these people get their numbers inflated. If giving what's that girl's name? Giving Cassie money, if it literally took you out, you didn't have no money, right? Because in the Nine of Pentacles, because this could also represent his resources. There's something about his resources being affected, guys. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse represents resources, lack of resources, taking gambles and risking all of that. It can represent him feeling like he's getting robbed. All of these lawsuits and stuff going on and bad business deals. So his money is not what we think it is. You'll discover this as he starts to continue this, navigate through this process. Something's about his money. What'd you say? The bank just exposed he's 100 million in debt. That's what I'm saying. All right. So something with the money, y'all. That was one of the questions under the business aspects. He doesn't have the money we think he has. I don't know if these people be paying Forbes to say they're number 2 and they're number 1 and they're this, that, and the other. He don't have the money like they say he has. All right. All right. So that is, will Carisha please continue? Let's go back to Carisha right quick. Will Carisha please continue? Carisha please, girl. Carisha please might be Carisha freeze. I'm not saying it's permanent, but Carisha please may be Carisha freeze. Do you understand? The world card in reverse. The Ten of Swords, the end. Girl, bye. You listen, I enjoyed the show, but you didn't need no awards, Shell. You had 2 shows a year. And you got the nerve to be talking about your 1 award. For what? Because you did a girlfriend and you're screwing with the man? Get out of here. But once again, Carisha, please may be Carisha freeze. Now, I'm not saying it's permanent. That's why I'm using the word freeze. Okay. Girl, bye. Y'all, I gotta rap. I gotta do my little rap song for y'all. Hold on. All right, we talked about Stevie J already. You have to go back, girl. I'm gonna timestamp this if I can. All right, so will he go broke is the next one. I'm gonna leave Jay-Z for last so we can start getting through some of the business questions. Will he go broke? It feels like he's already struggling financially. Somebody just put in the chat that he took out some money from the damn bank and some 8 mortgages. I ain't know nothing about no damn mortgages either. That is crazy. Does this have something to do with his alcohol company? His alcohol company feels like they're not directly involved in anything that's happening to Diddy right now. Will he rat out his bosses or go down by himself? Give me the energy around. Will he rat on the powers that be, or will he take the lick for himself? Give me the energy around Diddy, Spirit. He's going to go down by himself. So this represents he's going to let the ship go down with him. If he goes down, then the Knight of Pentacles is being in front of it, like taking the hit. The Knight of Pentacles is responsibility. So it almost makes you feel like he's going to come down himself. All right. Somebody asked this question. Why is he selling everything? Because he's struggling financially. Will he still be rich after this? Give me the energy. Will he still be rich after this? He's going to be getting, what you call it, bled. He'll still have something. But it shows his fortune being affected in his messages. More lawsuits coming his way, by the way. Let me stop. I'm laughing, but I'm for real. He has the Moon card, more secrets, more actions, more judgments on him. He definitely feels like he's going to be feeling the effects of his financial situation. He has the Three of Swords, which represents negotiations, separations, removal. That could represent businesses separating. That represents businesses falling. That could represent removal of business. This is one of those cards where it's, see how this heart is being stabbed in 3 different places. You're being stabbed all over the place. That means he's going to be bleeding financially. Okay. Somebody asked this silly question, and I just have to say this. I'm going to talk about the kids in a minute. I just have to say this. Somebody asked, who's still wearing Sean John? Your uncle, who's Puff Daddy's age. Somebody that's 55, chill. Okay? That's who's wearing the damn Puff. What is it, Sean John? Because damn sure not nobody younger. Okay? So anybody between the ages of 44 and 53 might be wearing Sean John. We're not about to pull no cards over who's still wearing Sean John chill. But I appreciate it and it gave me a chuckle, so I'm going to mention it. But your uncle that might be about 48 and up to 55, he's wearing Sean John. Your cousin, your boyfriend. All right? If he's in that age group. Let me see. Okay, let's get to the children. Now, let me restate this. I do not do children on this channel. Okay? I am going to do the children today because of the legal situation. This is not the start of anything at all. Uncle Cletus. Yeah. All right. Give me also funny. She had the nerve to put that in the chat. I thought that was so funny. I literally left it in. How are his daughters feeling? He has 4 daughters, but the 3 preteen daughters. Your granddad. Give me your energy. Nobody 53 could be your granddaddy unless you 20-some years old, chill. If you 20-some years old, then somebody 53 could be your granddaddy. But if you ain't 20-something, wait. Yeah. 53 and somebody your granddaddy? Most people that's 53 would have grandchildren that were like under the age of 10. So it could be your granddaddy, chill. All right. So anyway, give me the energy around the children, Diddy's girls, collective energy around how they're feeling about this whole situation with their dad. They're seeing it. A lot of stress. So they have stress aspects here. So the children, the 3 girls, and I'm just doing a collective. I don't want to read on each one of them individually. This represents stress. So they're under great stress, very restless energy, right? This is what it talks about. They feel the effects of what's happening. The Ace of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles, their world is changing around them, right? This talks about their dad being affected. I feel like he's had a conversation with them, though. That Knight of Cups, he's not just sugar. He's talking to them. That Knight of Cups is like, I'm being affected, and this is what's happening. I feel he's talking to all of them. When you see this 6 of Pentacles, you see how this person is talking to people and sharing information about the downfall, right? This talks about their worry, their concern about what's happening. Is he going to be okay? Listen, they're old enough to see what's happening. And even though he may be trying to reassure them, this Chariot is concerning because that Chariot represents their dad could, not only is our mom gone, but our dad could be removed. So they're really concerned about him being separated from them. This is what it talks about. But it feels like he's had a conversation with them. They're seeing everything on social media, right? What the public is saying. Right? I think that he's also now instructed them to only be on social media to, some parents like, you can't be watching this, you can't be watching that. This is what it talks about. Keep it positive. But they're also seeing it on social media. The Star card is in reverse along with the Hermit. They're still watching it even though he said no. And the Star card represents their dad being pulled down, which represents hopelessness. If he gets pulled down, they're going to feel very hopeless in the situation. That's on the girls. Now, the question was, if he goes down, who are the girls going with, right? Give me the energy around the girls. If Diddy goes down, Who are they going with? Are they going with like a woman, an older woman, like a Lorianne or Kimora Lee Simmons? Who are the girls going with? Will they go with Kimora? Will they go with somebody like Lorianne, who's been instrumental in being with them? Will they go with their older brother, who is, what's his name, y'all? What's the oldest brother's name? Quincy. Will they go with Quincy? Kimora, that's a no. This represents no, hell no, right? Absolutely not. I could see them visiting her. You see how these people just visiting somebody's home? I could see them visiting her, but it feels like she won't have like, they'll be independent of her. Lorianne Gibson, she shows up as still connecting with them. That shows up as a conflict, but she'll still be in their life. Quincy, he shows up as a yes. He shows up as a yes. And his chariot is in reverse, but that shows up he's afraid, be afraid of the responsibility. But it's here in his messages, he shows up as the person that's going to have the kids or take care of the kids if something goes down. He's the Ace of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. You know, again, Knight of Pentacles is taking responsibility for the children. These Ace of Wands could be considered a child card. This represents taking action and protection and nurturing them. So this feels like he could step up and be the one. All right. He's going to separate himself from this situation. We talked about this in the last reading. You'll notice that Quincy will be separating himself from the situation. The mom doesn't feel like this she'll have it. It feels like Quincy. We can ask that question. But it feels like Quincy for the girl specifically. The other girl, Chance has her own mother. Give me the energy around Diddy's mom taking the kids. What's his mom's name again? What's y'all say her mom? His mom's name was Janice. Give me the energy around Janice Combs taking the girls. It feels like it's going to fall to Quincy. But Janice Combs, will she take over the girls? And that's Temperance is also, this could be a no. She can still have access to them though, guys. But I just don't, I see them with Quincy. The Knight of Pentacles is coming back through. They come with Quincy. He will fight for them. Just know that. Like if it's all said and done, he will fight for his sisters. This talks about fight. We're going to go from being cool to being bad. Not Five of Wands. But I think they're going to work together because it's like when he needs to work and do what he needs to do, he may be able to rely on her. But he looks like he's going to be the one having his sisters. There's nobody else. Okay? So that is that. We talked about Quincy in the last reading. We discussed the fact that Quincy will distance himself, and he has been distancing himself. We do see him occasionally with Diddy, but not as much. So on the last reading, we talked about Quincy distancing himself from Diddy. That is happening, okay? He will protect his sisters. Will his relationship with Diddy's relationship with his daughters stay intact? Give me the energy around Diddy's daughters. Will his daughter's relationship with his daughters stay intact? Ace of Swords. It will be, there's something about it being disrupted, but it definitely shows temporary disruption, right? This just could represent tension, stress, anxiety, aggravation, vexation, but ultimately he has the Empress with them, which represents continued connection, continued nurturing, continued, continued growth with his kids. All right. So that is that. Will Quincy they be at Kimora's house, I believe, but I don't think she has total control over those girls. I think that like they go to homeschool over there, but they be home with their dad and they be with their family and their brothers. I do feel like they do go over there. Like I'm not negating the fact that she will have She will be participating and keeping in touch and connecting with them. But having custody of those kids, I don't see Kimora doing it. I see their brother doing it. I still see her having a connection with them 100%. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, she loves those girls. She was best friends with their mom. I do see them going to get the homeschooling. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I could see Quincy being the one that's really leading them. All right. So that's all. Will Quincy and LB Short reconcile? LB Short wrote, "Come home, son. It's safe." Come home, son. It's safe. Come home, son. They're going to have tension. Like LB Shore, I understand that he's upset about what happened with Kim, but he has to also remember that Diddy has been very instrumental in Quincy's life. I think LB Shore needs to be careful, because still at this stage, even though he's not 100% away from this situation, he could be seeing this as an attack on Diddy, and he's still connected to him. I understand how he feels. I understand what he's saying. I understand what LB Shore is doing, but it can put tension between them, right? You got to remember, Quincy may not be seeing the light 100% yet. And so when you do things like that, it's going to create more of a wedge. That Wheel of Fortune can create setbacks and delays and unexpected problems. That Nine of Wands is here too. And that Nine of Wands can represent obstacles. You're putting obstacles in front of you. Just like a dad kills the mom and the children don't think they did it, and they still supporting the dad. You got to remember, it's this type of situation. So I think LB Short needs to be careful in what he's saying and doing, because instead of it being helpful, it can be seen as hurtful. It can be seen as threatening. It can be seen as, like, at the end of the day, if you feel Diddy's done something, go to the police. Why are you in line with it? Because then it makes it feel like it's just almost like, are you really concerned? Are you clout chasing? Do you just want to expose him? What's going on? But the bottom line, when children are involved, you got to be careful. I can understand him being angry, but you have to be careful, because this man is still somebody that Quincy sees as someone who raised him and somebody that was instrumental in his life. He doesn't see him totally as a villain yet. All right. So LB Short needs to be careful, because then it could create further divide. All right. Like, let this play out. And if you feel that there's something that really happened, go to the police, report it. But the social media thing can only just further deepen the wounds. Just come on now. Gotta think smart. Okay. Will his kids, Justin Combs, will Justin Combs go down with him? Diddy. Will Christian Combs go down with him? Diddy. I feel like they're going to be okay. It almost makes you feel like Diddy's going to take if he goes down, it almost makes you feel like he's going to take the total hit, where the kids won't be hit. This represents some stress, but okay for the first boy, or Justin. This represents some stress, but ultimately okay in the Four of Cups. They both come out feeling like they're not gonna be completely swept into it, right? They can feel some stress and effects of it because their association and their affiliation. But ultimately, it almost makes you feel like he's gonna take the hit if necessary. Okay? Give me the energy around Diddy as it relates to Justin Combs. Diddy as it relates to Justin Combs. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is him. He's in a positive for the Queen of Swords. Again, there's some stress. He could get pulled into it a little bit, but ultimately his dad shows up standing in front of that hit. Give me the energy. Give me the energy around Christian Combs. And once again, his dad is here in front of him. That Six of Cups represents standing in front of him to protect him, right? Like he keeps pushing. So the children don't come up like they're going to be in jail, if that makes sense. Now, the oldest one, let me say this. The oldest one will be pulled in if just example, if they did pull one of them in, it would be the oldest boy. He's coming up with a lot of swords energy, right? So just example, it feels like Diddy will try to take the hit for him, but the one, if I had to say which one will get pulled and go down, if there were down, it would be Justin. Justin has the Four of Swords, the King of Cups, but he has the Queen of Swords, but he has some swords, a lot of swords aspects, which means it makes you feel like he's the one that would be affected the most. The swords represents challenges, right? He has 3 cards of challenge, right? So he would be the one, if I had to like pull myself back and from the Diddy protecting them part, who has the most challenges in their cards? He does. This guy right here, Justin. Swords, 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 challenge, challenge, challenge. All right. All right. Will Quincy go down for any of this? He looks like he's going to be trying to manage the kids, but will he get pulled to drag into this at all? Quincy. Two of Swords. Queen of Cups. Devil card. The Two of Swords is all about like it almost makes you feel like they could talk about him, but it almost feels like he has a stalemate aspect there. But let me say, when I say talk about him, what does that mean? They could be saying some weird stuff about Quincy too, right? Quincy participated in this. Quincy participated in that. Quincy did this. He got some cards in here that will make you feel like, and I'm not trying to talk about nobody's sexuality, but there's some sexuality questions here. That still doesn't make him guilty of a crime. This just makes him freaky deaky. You know, stop. Like this just that's his business. But the only I could see him getting like them talking about maybe his what he really likes and what he's really into, exposing lifestyle to me, right? I don't see jail time for him, but I see lifetime. I see being exposed sexuality wise. All right. But I don't see him getting pulled down for the situation. He could be questioned, but not pulled down. All right. We're about to wrap this up. Will Jay-Z be next? I don't know why y'all feel like Jay-Z about to get pulled into all his stuff. Jay-Z look like he be minding his business and drinking his milk. His name could get tossed in. Because basically, baby, people are trying to get him. That 10 of Wands represents people trying to get him. That represents people are trying to lay a trap. They intend to get him and connect him some kind of way. He also has the 8 of Wands. This represents him facing his own disputes, right? This is what it talks about, his own legal problems. Right? Some form of communication coming out. So it does show in his messages, he may be facing his own set of problems. People talking about his involvement, what he does, doesn't do, business dealings, situations is here. Disputes, discord, panic. People are waiting to get him. They're just waiting. They're rubbing their hands like Birdman. His treacherous behavior. 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands, you know, his treachery, his double life, his duplicity, or whatever you want to call it, is here. Does he know about Diddy and his life? I mean, does he know about Puffy and his lifestyle, or Diddy and his lifestyle? Is he aware of all this stuff that's being said about him? And has he ever participated in the freak offs? He has the Four of Cups, which could represent he hasn't been directly in situations where they could say he was right there and he was with this little underage girl. He has the card of being disconnected from that aspect, but there are other things that may come up, right? Other things could be involved in other things in other ways, business wise, having knowledge on some things. But it's like them saying he was with an underage girl doing pink cocaine. This feels like if they said that about him being in that environment doing that, he's distanced himself quite a bit from that. But I could see him being pulled into other things from other aspects. He's got his own set of problems. Okay? That's what that represents. We'll do a separate reading for Jay-Z and what's to come. Because he has in his messages, he is next. He will get pulled down next. So what I'll do is I'll go back and we'll do the same thing we did for this reading where I'll get y'all to write some questions and we'll do a full reading on Jay-Z. How about that? So we're going to do a full reading on 50 Cent and Daphne. We're going to do a full reading on Jay-Z and what's next for him, what's to come. Okay? Because this reading is so big. Give me the energy around. Is Diddy going to do a Russell Simmons? Is he going to go to Bali? Even my dad was in it. Yeah, he ran on the plane. Give me the energy. Will he try to flee the country and go to do a pull of Russell Simmons? It's going to be too hard for them to do it. They're on him, right? So I could see where in his Page of Swords he had that in his mind. The Page of Swords could be like some deceptive manipulation trying to do something. And even in his Five of Wands, that could be him trying to do something, but he's going to avoid it. They're on him, okay? He has the King of Swords as well. It's going to be too hard for him to go. He has the Nine of Pentacles. They're watching. They're on him. They're going to be on his ass. He can't make a move. Actually, this can make you feel like they have restricted his flying, his passport. It's something he's restricted. Because when you see his messages, he's restricted in some way. He's restricted. But he's not going to be able to pull a Russell Simmons because they're already watching the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles. They're already watching him. He won't be able to do it. He in his position here, that represents he had it in his mind to do, right? His Page of Swords. I think he didn't do it because of his kids, right? That Seven of Wands is his kids. That Seven of Wands is giving up, lack of confidence, indecision, anxiety, embarrassment, right? So he probably really didn't go through with it until, for real, but trust me, this was in his mind to do. All right, they on him, y'all. He cannot do shit. They are on him. Confirm, will he successfully leave the country? Diddy. This talks about, at this point, remember, I keep feeling like there's something that they've restricted or grounded him from doing, a loss, like they pulled something from him. They made it difficult. They put information out about he's restricted. No. Right? Seven of Swords. They think he's a risk. The Seven of Swords is about a person that they feel is an actual risk. He hasn't been arrested yet, but they think he's a risk. All right, so the next question is, will more evidence come out? I feel like we said this earlier in the reading that more people are going to talk, but we'll ask it directly. Will more evidence come out? More people saying he did this, he said that, he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that, he did this. More trouble coming his way. Man, dude, those freak offs, huh? Them freak offs is going to get you in a whole lot of trouble, sir. That's trouble coming your way. More people trying to get you, goofy ass. See, that's what you get, you Scorpio born on the first, on with the 4th of the 3rd of September. What's his birthday? You freak, you. Um, this represents more people coming out for your ass, more trouble coming your way, more people trying to say you did this, that, and the third, more freak offs, more people. Will, does he have videos? Let's ask this question instead of asking that, Chastity. November 4th. Gotcha. Will they find anything on those computers and stuff that they took out the house? Will the FBI, they raided his houses. Will they find anything? Let's ask that question. Sheesh. Dude, let me say this to you. I don't know if you ever watched this video, but these people look like they could get you on something because you having your energy, you fool, that you still have stuff that could get you caught up, right? Like they could say that something led them to something, right? Which will get you in trouble. And then your 9 of Pentacles is here. Your 7 of Pentacles, sorry, and this talks about you have something to worry about. I don't feel like they're gonna find as much as they think they're gonna find, but it feels like just maybe a couple of things that they find, right? That could tie him to something. You see how he's tied here? There's something about being tied. You had too much time in between Cassie's settlement and now to get rid of everything. And it feels like you may have not been able, you may have not cleaned everything off completely. Therefore, in your hangman, this represents a restriction for you. In some type of something coming your way, in some tension. So they may say they found something, right? That could tie him to something. So when you a pervert like that for 50 years, unfortunately, it's hard to clean up all the perversion that you got going on. All the messages and the DMs and the this and the that. You know, it's hard to clean those things up. Paper trail is big. It's hard to clean that up. So good luck to you. He has in his energy, as far as like we talked about, will he go to jail? I think I mentioned in the last reading something it may not happen to him now, but it may happen to him later. We can do, he has the 8 of Swords in here. Let's just talk about it while we're here. The 8 of Swords can be a justice aspect, and it can represent some type of decision going against him. All right. So I'm going to just say that he could have something going against him. He has the 3 of Swords as well here, and this represents, there's an imprisonment aspect. The 3 of Swords represents grief coming his way, separation coming his way, removal coming his way. I don't feel he's going to completely escape this. I just don't. I just don't. Somewhere along the line you made a misstep, and that one of those missteps, whether it's 1 or 10 or 20, is going to get you caught up, basically. Daphne and 50 Cent will be on another reading. Chief Keef, and I believe we did a reading on Chief Keef, and we touched that already. I believe I said something about him. Biggie's passing. That'll have to be a whole nother reading, y'all. All right, so 500 people in the chat. If you haven't liked this video, please like this video. Please like this video. Did you feel that this reading was moved very fluidly, and that we had some rhythm of where we were going? Do you feel like we kind of touched a lot of people? Right? Give me your feedback. Has Diddy ever had a relationship with Clive Davis that was considered intimate? He looks like he could go down, Marsha. Looks like they could try to get him to it. You love it? Thank you. talked about so many people. So this is why I didn't come back yesterday, because I just felt like it was just so big. This reading is huge. This is the biggest breakdown that I've ever done, and I had to get my mind right. Clive Davis and Diddy's. They have a message here and a message here that could represent some messages around intimacy, or how you want to say. When you see these two, this is interesting for them, right? Because Ace of Cups represents an emotional connection, a love-hate relationship, a friendship, a love affair. And then that Page of Cups also can represent some type of emotional relationship connection. They have two relationship cards up in here. And then they also have the Seven of Swords, which is basically deceptive energy. This man, Clive Davis, could also be pulled into this as well. In this situation, he has the card of Judgment. And that Judgment represents him being pulled into it as well and facing his own set of problems as it relates to his own thing. Let me say this about Clive Davis. By the time they get his ass, he'd probably be kicking the damn bucket because he's 109 years old. But just know this man's hands is not clean either. This man has his own set of trouble coming his way. His own people talking about him too, is his own little freak offs and bullshit he do. His own situations with bad intentions and doing stuff. Judgment card, his discernment, promiscuous energy, deceptive energy. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, um, at the end of the day, this feels like a situation where this man is also a part of the BS. Okay? So, a lot of people, when somebody asks, do they hate him? Is he evil? When you see this Ace of Cups, this Ace of Cups represents a person who has bad intentions, false heart. This represents a person who some people love, and some people hate. Or some people have a love-hate relationship with him. Clive is 90. He looks 109. So, that's it. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And last but not least, I'm running a special that I've extended all the way for April. $65 for 5 questions. BlueNolaTarot.com. Put it in the chat, moderators, BlueNolaTarot.com. Again, get your reading from me. This was a very extensive reading today, very long. I'm going to try to go back and timestamp it, but it won't be tonight. If anybody wants to take the time to timestamp it, feel free to do so. But this is the end of the road for us. We will do a full reading on 50 Cent and Daphne. We will do also a reading on Jay-Z and what's next for him. I appreciate you so much. BlueNolaTarot.com. If you want to book with me, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button for this reading. This was very extensive, right? Tons of questions. Oh, you can get, oh girl, yeah, I think I saw you book. Thank you for appreciate it. I appreciate it. Please timestamp it. Yeah, I'm not doing it tonight, y'all. So if y'all expect me to timestamp it, expect it again. Because it's not happening. I'm about to go get me something to drink and get ready for tonight. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the great questions. To my Instagram family, they provided every single question that you see there that you heard today. So if you're not following my Instagram, do that too, because it's Blue Nola Official. Blue Nola Official. You can always follow me, and this is where I'll release the questions again so you can see them. You'll see Diddy's picture. And, when you tap on the questions, you'll see all the questions that you saw here today. Some of the questions were removed because I felt like, I didn't want to go down that path. But I would say 99.99% of the questions were answered. Okay? Maybe like 99.5. All right? Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Have a great day. Take care. Stay blessed, encouraged, and empowered. This is the end of the road for Blue Nola. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Don't forget to hit that. Don't forget to book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com. Again, book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com. Thank you to my moderators who held it down the entire time. I appreciate you. You already know what it is. And I look forward to talking to you on the phone soon. Peace and blessings. Bye. If I can get out of here. Let me see. Yes, I got it.